Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the breathtaking expansion of the FIFA Club World Cup. And let me tell you, it has ignited a fierce battle over the very soul of the sport. We're looking at a fundamental shift in how global football operates. You've got these unprecedented financial incentives clashing head-on with human physical limitations. So, let's get right into it.
$1 billion. Yeah, that is a staggering prize pool. We're not just talking about a slight bump in revenue here. This is a seismic financial event that's completely reshaping global football economics. FIFA rolled out this massive pot to guarantee that the top clubs take the competition seriously. But as we're going to unpack today, there's a huge argument that it's pushing the very players who make the beautiful game what it is to their absolute physical limits.
Section 1, the billion-dollar reboot, money, prestige, and the new era of club football. Let's look at the financial engine driving this entire expansion and see how this massive cash injection is designed to lure the world's absolute elite clubs across the Atlantic to the United States.
To really wrap our heads around the scale of this money, we have to look at the absolute titans of the game. Teams like Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are cashing in, big time. Reports are showing that top clubs, think PSG, think Chelsea, are walking away with over $100 million just for making a deep tournament run. Even teams like Lionel Messi's Inter Miami are pulling in substantial sums. I mean, it is an absolute financial windfall just for participating and performing at that highest level.
But how does that money actually get divided up? Well, European clubs governed by UEFA capture the lion's share at 62%. South American clubs take 20%, which leaves just 18% for the entire rest of the world. This distribution model completely alters the global wealth dynamic, basically funneling the vast majority of this billion-dollar pot straight into the pockets of Europe's elite. At the very top end, a single high-performing European team could bag a maximum payout of up to $125 million, and that's for essentially 4 weeks of summer work. Now, when you put that kind of cash on the table, you absolutely ensure the biggest clubs are going to bring their biggest stars. But, that financial gravity pulls everything else out of orbit. Which brings us to the structure itself. Section 2, FIFA's Global Master Plan. 32 teams, 12 stadiums, one vision. Because FIFA isn't just tacking on a few extra games here, they are entirely rewriting the summer calendar with a setup that directly mimics the traditional National World Cup format. Hosted across 12 massive stadiums in the United States, this tournament has morphed from a brief, kinda easily ignored winter contest into a month-long summer spectacle. We're talking 32 clubs from 6 continental confederations descending on American soil. It's essentially creating a second World Cup every 4 years. To grasp just how demanding this is, think about the format. It kicks off with a grueling group stage, 8 groups of 4 playing a round robin. The top 2 teams then advance to a brutal, single-elimination knockout bracket, leading all the way to the final at MetLife Stadium. A team going the distance, they'll play 7 intense, high-stakes matches right when they would normally be resting. Section 3, the player breaking point. 74 matches, 7,000 minutes, 0 rest. Right, so this is exactly where the unprecedented money collides sharply with reality, the severe physical toll on the athletes. We have to look past the dollar signs for a second and look directly at what is being demanded of the human body. The Global Players Union, FIFPro, has laid out the data, and it is alarming. We're seeing elite players like Achraf Hakimi projected to play up to 74 matches in a single season. 74! That is nearly 7,000 minutes of high-intensity football. Meanwhile, thanks to this expanded Club World Cup, their off-season rest has shrunk to a mere 24 days. That is completely below the mandatory 4-week minimum required just for safe physical recovery. This timeline perfectly captures that relentless, suffocating schedule. Elite players bounce directly from the end of their domestic leagues, straight into continental finals, then immediately to national team duties, right into the Club World Cup, and then, before they can even catch their breath, the new season begins. There is almost zero time to physically or mentally reset. Honestly, when does the human body finally just give out? Section 4, heat, travel, and exhaustion. Surviving the U.S. summer. Because compounding this suffocating schedule are the severe environmental and logistical hurdles the players face during the tournament. It's not just the sheer volume of games, it's exactly where and when they're being played. The environmental hazards are pretty stark. Players are racking up to 100,000 kilometers of seasonal international travel. Think about the jet lag alone, and during the Club World Cup they were scheduled for 3 p.m. kickoffs. That is the absolute hottest part of the U.S. summer day, largely set up that way to appease European broadcast audiences. 17 matches hit the dangerous wet bulb globe temperature threshold of 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, forcing ad hoc protocol changes just to prevent heat stroke. They are pushing these athletes to the absolute brink.
Section 5. The Football Civil War. FIFA versus the players and leagues. Naturally, this physical breaking point has triggered an all-out power struggle for the governance and really the soul of the sport. It's a high-stakes battle between the tournament organizers and the people actually playing and staging the game year-round.
On one side of the ring, you have FIFA staunchly defending the expansion. As FIFA president Gianni Infantino argues, they view this as an open, merit-based competition designed to make football truly global. From their perspective, they're distributing massive revenues back into the club ecosystem and providing this prestigious, worldwide stage.
But juxtaposed against that visionary boardroom stance, you hear the exhausted reality from the players themselves out on the pitch. Professional footballer Kevin De Bruyne cut right to the heart of it, saying money speaks louder than the players' voices. The athletes argue that their health and safety are being completely sidelined in the pursuit of commercial growth. They feel treated like they're just assets on a balance sheet. And this conflict, it's no longer just media chatter. FIFPro Europe and the European leagues have taken unprecedented legal action, literally filing a formal complaint with the European Commission. They are explicitly accusing FIFA of abusing its dominance and conflict of interest by forcing this congested calendar through unilaterally. This is a massive, massive escalation in the specific power struggle between FIFA and the European football establishment.
On top of that, domestic competitions across the globe are suffering direct collateral damage. Leagues in North America, like MLS and Liga MX, have faced severe scheduling chaos. Clubs like LAFC and Inter Miami were forced to entirely postpone domestic league matches just to accommodate the Club World Cup. It fragments the calendar, and it definitely frustrates local fans who just want to watch their teams play uninterrupted.
Section 6. Who really wins? The true cost of expansion. As we synthesize these two competing realities, the massive revenues going head-to-head with the physical and structural strain, we really have to look at the ultimate fallout of this billion-dollar initiative.
Financially speaking, critics argue the wealth gap is just rapidly widening. A massive club like Bayern Munich gets $28 million literally just for showing up to the Club World Cup. That single appearance fee can completely dwarf the entire season's broadcast revenue for smaller domestic teams in the Bundesliga. By rewarding the already wealthy with this exclusive billion-dollar pot, opponents argue this tournament threatens to further destroy competitive balance within domestic leagues across Europe and really the world. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to take away from our explainer today. The money is undeniably transformative. And the spectacle? It's going to be huge. But at what point does the unilateral pursuit of endless revenue destroy the very athletes and the very domestic leagues that this entire global enterprise is built upon? Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive. This is a conflict that is for sure far from over.